Absolutely ridiculous. What is happening, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. We are going to get into another reaction video today, and this one is interesting. We're about to find out what all the hype is about this music video, and yeah, I've read quite a bit on this, and this is at the core of quite a controversy right now. So if you haven't guessed already, we are reacting to Jason Aldean's Try That in a Small Town. So I haven't seen the full video yet. I've just seen snippets of the first portion of it. And boy, it is all over the news. So we are going to watch this and see what all the hype is about. Without any delay, let's get right into it. All right, here we go.
Sucker punch somebody on a sidewalk, carjacking old lady at a red light, pull a gun on the owner of a liquor store. You think it's cool, act a fool if you like, cuss out a cop.
Okay, so far, what I've seen is just footage from riots and stuff from like, I don't know, back in 2020, 2021. I don't know. And then he's talking about, events that have, happened. So, so far I'm not seeing anything that I think is outrageous or crazy. So I guess we'll just keep watching.
Spit in his face, stomp on the flag and light it up. Yeah, you think you're tough? Well, try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road.
Try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road. I don't know. So here's my take on this so far. What I'm seeing is stuff that's happening, or that has happened in major metropolitan areas, looting and riots. When I read some of the stuff talking about this video, and a lot of it, so there's claims to racism. There's one of the big ones is the claims that the place that this is filmed was a place of lynchings. That's debatable, I guess. I haven't really looked much into that, but here's my thing on it. A lot of these riots and everything that have happened in big metropolitan areas. Very seldom do you have this crazy stuff happen in small towns. Now, I've lived in small towns, and I would say for the most part he has a point. Small towns usually come together and help protect each other and whatnot. Small towns can sometimes be exclusive and not quite as inclusive, I guess, just because, having new people come in and everything, so there can kind of be it can kind of be cliquey. So I can see that part of people's argument on this, but for the most part, honestly, I would much rather live in a small town, in a rural area. I've lived in the city. I've lived in urban living. I've lived in suburbs and I've lived in rural areas. And honestly, for me, like the perfect in between is where suburbia starts turning into rural. And honestly, with the least amount of people, I do feel safer. But I don't know. I'm not quite getting what everyone's so upset about so far. Because honestly, a lot of this stuff, the rioting and everything that's been going on, that generally happens in the city. And so he's just pointing out, try doing that in a small town. Small town, if someone goes to start looting someone's business, small town's going to turn around and protect that business owner, and those within the small town are going to protect that business. So the other thing is, people have been arguing about that these rights and everything are part of freedom of speech. That is incorrect. Rioting is not. Now, protesting is one thing. Peaceful protesting is one thing. Once the protests turn into violence, that's rioting. That's, you start getting in a whole nother thing. That is completely out of line. Peaceful protests are one thing. So I don't understand the argument on that point. But thus far, I really don't see anything wrong with this. So we'll continue watching.
Around here we take care of our own. You cross that line, it won't take long for you to find out. I recommend you don't try that in a small town. Got a gun that my granddad gave me. They say one day they're gonna round up. Well, that shit might fly in the city. Good luck, try that in a small town. See how far you make it down the road. Around here we take care of our own. You cross that line, it won't take long for you to find out. I recommend you don't try that in a small town full of good old boys.
Okay, so this part of the video, this other stuff is just showing riots and everything, and then there's this one where these two guys come in to rob this gas station. I've actually seen the story on this, done some research on this. The guy that's waiting to buy stuff as the two thugs come in, he is a veteran. Had several deployments and everything, and the way this guy reacts is like amazing, total hero. If you watch it slowly, the guy drops his keys, everything that he has, and boom, right into the guy. No hesitation, whatever. And that was his training. He's talking about it, and he's like, it was just normal, is my training. Jason Aldean using this, it's proving that in smaller rural areas, people are willing to stand up and fight. In cities, you either join them or people are pulling out their videos, for their phones to video things like that. We've been having looting and stuff like that happening, and people are just standing in the store watching these people walk in, grab things off the shelf, and walk out. And then we've had people that have started stepping up and taking these people down onto the ground. The store employees are told they're not supposed to do anything about it. But then you've got other shoppers that are now starting to stand up for it, and they're the ones getting in trouble. And people are throwing a fit because these people are standing up and trying to protect these stores. Absolutely ridiculous. And honestly, I'm not seeing anything wrong with this video. I would much rather stuff like this being passed than freaking WAP or Pound Town or any of these other garbage that people are praising, and that complete garbage. And then you've got something that's patriotic and talking about standing up for your small town, and people are losing their minds. Honestly, we're halfway through, and I do not see or understand anything wrong with this video.
farmers are dropping their own crops for the day, a friend is in need and they've come to help.
It's what this community and a lot of our communities stand for. Somebody needs some help, you'll get it.
And then he shows clips of, small rural activities like, baseball, kids playing out in the front yards, and then he has, I would assume, a farmer that's talking about, when people need help, the community comes together and helps. What I'm getting from this is him talking about small towns coming together and standing up and protecting each other and helping each other out. Now, I'll say this: not all small towns are like that. But for the most part, most of the small towns that I've lived in, it is very much that way. And, then you have your small towns that are cliquey and have issues and everything. So I'll give this point to those that are complaining as far as the small towns. In general, not all small towns are that way, but a lot of small farm towns are. And there's nothing wrong with that. This is the way it should be. We should be helping each other out and everything. And we should be standing up to crime and thugs and stuff. As long as freedoms aren't being taken away. But if you're breaking the law, you're breaking the law. And you're trying to defund police and crime's going up and everything. People have every right to stand up and protect their property. Okay, well, my take on it, I thought it was a pretty good song. I didn't see anything wrong with the video clips that were shared. They were actual events that have happened, and whether people are forgetting that or not, I don't see anything wrong with that. In fact, this kind of reminds me of a few years back. There was a small town community. Actually, I think it was 2 counties back east that were having an increase in crime, and it was violent crime, theft and carjackings and everything. And the counties combined all of the law enforcement and put out a video basically telling the thugs, hey, this is our town. We're taking it back. And if you guys step over the line in our town, we are taking you down. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with that. Some people might, I guess, but I thought it was a good song. I didn't see anything wrong with it. I didn't feel like it was racist video at all, which is one of the big claims. I do know that this location has been used in multiple films and stuff. It's a historical site. I do know that much. Other than that, I don't know enough to say yes or no as far as the lynchings go, or if that even matters, I guess. But I don't know. I don't know enough to say anything on that. But everything else, I don't see an issue. I don't know why it's such a controversy. I think it's much better music than some of the other crap that's being praised right now. And I think it's freaking awesome that a signed artist is stepping up and calling people out. Independent artists have been doing this for several years now. And it's about time that we start seeing some of these record label holding artists start stepping up and calling people out and calling things what they are, instead of trying to be politically correct. Let's call it for what it is. You know what I mean? Anyway, so that is the reaction. I didn't have any problem with it. I think it's awesome. And so, hey, and we can prove that controversy in any sort of art is success, right? He can consider this to be a complete success. He stirred up emotion. That's what art is. Art, if your art is not stirring emotion, then you're not doing it right. So, I mean, hey, all these haters and everyone trying to cancel him, it is #1 on almost every chart right now. So all they've done is they have risen him to the top. And it's one thing I've been learning with entrepreneurship. Sometimes controversy is good, and it definitely profits. If you like what you saw, give us a like and subscribe. Give us a comment down below, and you can always support us and our channel. We'll provide the link below at our storefronts, Instagram pages. We'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.